Driving issues. Aging with humor. If your driving habits are like those of mine, you have been reluctant to fill up your gas tank lately. I watched in horror as the price of gasoline steadily climbed up and up and up, and set a new Olympic record, a sprinter trying to run 100 meters in 9 seconds. I was less inclined to drive anywhere, and even less inclined to head for a gas pump. By the way, for my American friends, 4 liters is 1.06 American gallons. I have no idea why the metric system is not used there in like the rest of the world. I think it has a lot to do with NFL football. People would never get used to an announcer saying, "Well folks, it's first down and 9.144 meters to go for the Dallas Cowboys." If I was at a Dallas game, I would not care about anything the announcer said. I would be too preoccupied checking out the cheerleaders with my binoculars. Anyway, I thought of clever ways to remain at home and not have to use the car. The drugstore delivers, so far, for free, so why not get them to drive my meds over to my home? Not just pizza, but many businesses now deliver food. Done. Amazon delivers anything. I have never bought so many items online in my life before. All delivered. I'm sure that Amazon will soon deliver human body parts. There was a slight hitch with the new microwave. We had to wait for over a month because of supply chain issues. These tactics worked well for a while, but after 2 years of isolation thanks to COVID, my spouse and I were getting island fever. We had to escape. We had to go somewhere, anywhere. Our home was resembling a prison. One day last month, we made a break for it after watching The Shawshank Redemption for the 5th time. Tim Robbins plays Andy Dufresne, a banker sentenced to life in prison in 1947 for the murder of his wife and her lover. Morgan Freeman plays Ellis Boyd, Redding, a prison contraband smuggler who befriends Andy. My spouse and I concluded that the concept of jail can readily apply to any confining circumstances that someone finds themselves stuck in. It can be a poor relationship, job, or environment. We agreed we had been in jail with COVID for far too long and that gas prices had conspired to extend the unjust sentence beyond belief with no time off for good behavior. Before making our move, we watched Shawshank one more time, and we added The Great Escape, like a bowl of ice cream for dessert. The Great Escape was a 1963 American epic adventure suspense war film starring Steve McQueen, James Garner and Richard Attenborough. They escape from a Nazi prison. I didn't have access to a motorcycle like McQueen, but our Sonata would do. Now that we were truly motivated and inspired by these 2 classic escape films, we jumped into the car. However, when I started it, the gas gauge was reading extremely low, almost empty, because I simply would not cave in to the gas company's greed. I had done this once before early in our marriage, and we ran out of gas in a tunnel around 1 a.m. Fortunately, the tunnel was equipped with emergency phones for dullards like me. In record time, a truck arrived with a free gallon of gas. I used this ploy several times later until all of the truck drivers caught on. Anyway, we headed straight to a nearby station, and I drew the car up slowly to the pump. I looked at the price of gas. I looked at my spouse. I looked again at the price of gas. I remembered the old Jack Benny skit that he used to perform on TV. Jack played a notorious tightwad. His radio TV comedy series ran for over 3 decades and is regarded as a high watermark in 20th century American comedy. He created a caricature of himself as a minimally talented musician in Penny Pincher who was the butt of all the jokes. The skit is relatively short. Benny is accosted on the street by a mugger, who says to him, "Your money or your life." In typical fashion, Benny places a hand on his chin and looks upward pensively. The mugger says, "Come on, your money or your life," and Benny reflectively replies, "Hold on, I'm thinking." I'm thinking. That's the way I felt at the gas pump. Abandoning my economic concerns, I placed my credit card in the slot, and soon I was pumping a full tank of gas. As the gas flowed, chugging along with gurgling noises, I thought about oil executives sitting in their well-appointed offices, sipping single malt scotch and laughing at my plight. I thought about people who drive trucks and buses and bigger cars, and when I saw the bill, I thought about acquiring mortgage on our house. Getting back inside the car, I said to my spouse, "Well, sweetie, we have over $100 worth of gas. I can take you anywhere. Where would you like to go?" "Home," she replied. "Well, there's one problem," I said. "We have put on a few extra pounds during COVID, and you will have to walk so I can get better fuel efficiency. You're kidding, right? She asked. I put my hand on my chin, looked upwards pensively, and replied, hold on. Thinking. Hold on, I'm thinking. To create my YouTube videos, I use AI software called Pictory. Use this code for a substantial 20% deduction. KNQW7. They offer 3 5-minute freebies, and it's easy to use, provides voiceover, captions, and great video pictures to accompany your text, so give it a try, if even for the freebies. It's a good way to add promo spice to your website, FB page, etc. And I appreciate your subscriptions to my channel at no cost, as well as your support.